Hello everyone, welcome to Engineering Explained channel. In this session, I am going to discuss working of electrohydraulic power steering system. In the previous sessions, I have already taken working of hydraulic power steering system and working of electric power steering system. Here I am going to take the combined advantage of this electrohydraulic power steering system and which will be more beneficial than the hydraulic power steering system and electric power steering system. How it will be, we are going to discuss here. First, we'll take the what are the different components of the this type of power steering system, and we'll take the its animation, and later we'll take the how this working will be taking place. Here, these are the components of the electrohydraulic power steering system: the steering torque and angle sensor, and electronic control unit, pressure regulator, solenoid valve, accumulator, motor, pump, oil tank. These are the major components of this electro-hydraulic power steering system. Here actually the motor is used to run the hydraulic pump, and instead of that running the hydraulic pump directly coupling to the engine, here the electric motor is used for the running of that pump, which will be supply the fluid power to the this steering system, and that motor is controlled by electronic control unit, and the electronic control unit which will be precisely controls the speed of the motor based on the torque what will be given by the steering of the this driver, and later the speed of the vehicle, and by that the speed of the motor which will be controls the flow rate of the fluid in the hydraulic circuit, and thereby the combined effect what we are going to get, that will be more efficient as well as the precise control we are going to take. And here we can see that hydraulic power steering system, the fluid which will be supplied for the steering system, and there how the steering will be taking place, how the turning will be taking place, that we can see from this animation. Here only thing is that it is same as that of the hydraulic power steering system, but the power required to pump the fluid, that will be controlled by the electronic system, and that's why it is called as a electro-hydraulic power steering system. Here we'll take that is what the electro-hydraulic power steering EHPS systems, which are use an electric motor to drive a hydraulic pump, providing power assistance for steering, allowing for more precise and efficient steering control compared to traditional hydraulic systems. Components: electric motor drives the hydraulic pump. Hydraulic pump provides the pressurized fluid for steering assistance. Electronic control unit ECU that controls the speed and output of the electric motor, and thereby it will controls the hydraulic pump. Steering rack, the mechanical system that translates steering wheel input into wheel movement. How it works? Electrohydraulic power steering systems combine the advantages of electronically controlled demand based steering with robust hydraulic actuation of traditional systems, which will combine both the effects. An electric motor drives a hydraulic pump, which then provides pressurized fluid to assist the steering rack. Benefits: improved fuel economy. The electric motor only draws power when steering assistance is needed, unlike traditional hydraulic systems. In traditional hydraulic power steering systems, which will be the pump which provides the pressures in the hydraulic system, that will couple directly to the engine, and that's why always the pressurized fluid will be there in the system, and that draws the power, and which will reduce the efficiency of the engine or vehicle, and whereby here the only the motor is on when the assistance is required, and that time only the pressurized fluid will be supplied in the system, thereby less power it will consume and thereby improved fuel economy is there. Where the pump is constantly driven by engine. Precise steering feel. The electronic control unit allows for precise adjustment of steering assist based on vehicle speed and steering angle. Reduced emissions. Improved fuel economy translates to lower CO2 emissions. Enhanced effort. Steering becomes lighter at low speeds and firmer at high speeds, improving the overall driving experience. Independent of engine, the steering assistance is independent of the engine, meaning the steering remains functional even if the engine stalls. In the hydraulic steering system, when the engine is running, during that time only the fluid, pressurized fluid will be there in the system, and thereby the steering effect will be there. When the engine is stopped, there is no pressurized fluid in the system and there is no steering will be taking place, that will be stalled. But in this electrohydraulic power steering system, the which will draws the power from the battery and runs the motor, and which will runs the hydraulic system, and thereby it is independent of the engine running. Even though engine is stopped, the steering effect we can have. Applications. Electrohydraulic power steering systems are used in a wide range of vehicles, including passenger cars, commercial vehicles, and even heavy machinery. Advantages over traditional hydraulic power steering systems. Electrohydraulic power steering system offer better fuel efficiency, more precise steering control, and reduced emissions compared to traditional hydraulic power steering systems. Advantages over electric power steering systems EPS. EHPS systems can provide a more natural and smooth steering feel compared to EPS systems, which can sometimes feel artificial or disconnected. Electronic power steering systems usually sometimes feel artificial or disconnected, but here electrohydraulic power system will provide the natural and smooth steering feel. This is about the electrohydraulic power steering system, and also I have discussed the hydraulic power steering system and electric power steering systems in the different sessions in the previously, and links for those I have given in the description. You can refer and watch those also. Thanks for watching. If you like, share, subscribe, and comment.